Hey guys, it's Martin. I do Webflow. I have an agency. It's called Into Place Design. We mostly do Webflow websites for our clients. We always say that we want to provide value to value-minded people, right? So there's a time and a place for a 600 euro WordPress page, and that's fine, right? But our clients come to us typically when they want to have a proper conversation about a proper website. And we work with clients, say 30% come from Germany, Austria, Switzerland. 30% come like from the rest of the EU, and then the rest is a weird mix between North America, Canada, and some Asian clients. Sometimes Australia, the rest of the world. We are a fixed team of 7 people, designers, devs, project managers of recently, and of course me. And yeah, as said, we mostly do Webflow websites for our clients, but also sometimes some graphic design stuff, some assets, some logos, some brand guidelines. We recreate brands because you invest a lot of time and effort into making a website in the first place. So then we take it from there and work together with our clients to provide value to their users again. And that's what we do. It's now April 24, and I joined BMI almost exactly a year ago. I started 1st of May 2020. And for the first 6 months, so until the end of October, I was still part-time employed. So I started BMI building my business for 6 months while I was still employed, which was like an agreement I made with my former employer. And also in case stuff doesn't work out, I still have a fallback. And as of November, I am officially just self-employed, right? I run my agency, I have my fixed team, I just take clients. And I think I got my first real client in June, let's say 2 months after I joined BMI. And I only had 2 people I worked with at the time to help me with the delivery for the client. And then from August was the first time I broke the 8,000 euros profit margin, which is like May, June, July, August, like 4 months after I joined BMI. And I had like 10, 12 something K revenue. I'm usually at a 50, 60% margin, and that's what I try to aim at. So these days I just went over 40K revenue in March, which is roughly 20K profit. I'm talking euros here, it's not dollars. So things are going pretty well. That was my goal for like Q1 2023 to cross over 15K profit every month. It went well. Maybe there was some timing involved, but in March I made 20K plus, which is great. So now my goal is to make it sustainable, repeat that stuff, obviously have some growth to it, but I always like rather improve my business, increase the revenue and the profit, and then stabilize that stuff by, for example, adding somebody to the team if I have to, or make sure that I have enough time like to focus on lead gen, solidify all these things, build a couple of moats around the lead gen techniques that I have. And then I can focus on the next level of growth so that the whole growth and all that kind of stuff is a little bit more sustainable. So these are my results a year later. I wouldn't have thought it, but after joining BMI and a year later, I'm now fully self-employed for half a year, and I couldn't go back. I'm really not looking forward to being employed ever again. So I'm fully self-employed. I run my own agency. We actually deliver value to our clients, which is incredibly important to me. And so my team members get something out of it. I get something out of it, or my agency does, and then our clients do. And that's fantastic. And obviously, financially, things are going really well. What I learned in BMI is that it's just so valuable. You could say you can't hack and do it any other way to have a second pair of eyes everywhere. I think a lot of people like know this. The simplest example is that you want to write an essay, you want to write a letter, and you're like, okay, I proofread it, everything looks awesome. And the moment you show it to somebody else, they're like, man, the first word, you have a typo. The first sentence is messed up. And like, goddamn it, like, how did I miss that? So what I usually compare BMI to is the second pair of eyes with just the other community members. So whenever you have a random question popping up, either you have people that you can DM directly, or you can post it in the group and people are going to respond to you. So like when you want to open a restaurant for the first time, and there's so many ways that you can do wrong, but you are in a group of 200 other people who have successfully opened a bunch of restaurants before. So no matter what question arises, somebody's going to have a couple of answers, or at least a perspective to it. And it helps you to avoid all the mistakes. So basically you can boil down like the growth of a year into 3 months. If you join BMI, you started with a clear blueprint of how to set things up, how to get your first client, how to like really become profitable for the first time within a couple of months. So there's a blueprint for that, which really helps you get going. And after that, you are in a community and you can benefit from that. And that's invaluable. I just learned it this week again, because I had an issue, I had a question, I had some insights, and was like, hell, what the hell do I do with this? And just by bouncing thoughts off each other, or like somebody just straight up giving you an answer and telling you like, hey, I've been in this situation before. What should I do? That's invaluable, because otherwise you're going to make mistakes. You're going to run out of time. You're going to run out of money. You're going to run out of freaking energy or health or mental, whatever capacity. And then you're fucked. And then you're back to being employed. So if that's not your plan, then perhaps BMI is for you. Everybody in BMI does something slightly different, right? At a very early stage, you start your own entrepreneur thing, right? Like you do your own stuff, you do your own clients. We don't work with each other. There's no client pushing from A to B. I don't pay anybody to give me clients or leads or like whatever. There's none of that sus stuff. It's really just like me having my business and then a couple of other people also having their businesses. So in the end, it's business owners. Like we all have our teams, but some of us do Webflow websites like I do. Some of us do development. Some of us do like big custom dev stuff or Google ads or social ads or Facebook ads. So the projects and the clients and the deliveries are very different, but there's a shared backbone of processes that we can all learn from and work with and improve on. So those are the people that you work with from all over the world, all kinds of different niches, all kinds of different target audiences, but with enough in common, and especially like how to get leads, how to get people to work with, and all that kind of stuff, so that it becomes a helpful community network. Everybody's in the same boat enough to understand what the other person is going through and to provide perspective on that. My future plans are to I just honestly, like, it was a freaking hassle. Like, you need to invest time and energy into making it work. And for the last half of last year of 2023, things were pretty hectic. So I'm now at a place where I feel like I have like midterm perspective on things over the next couple of months, as opposed to last year when it really was just like, I didn't really know what was going to happen on Friday. So I want to currently build a couple of modes around my lead gen. I want to improve on my lead gen because never stop lead gen, and just make sure I'm in a secure place and I can continue supporting and growing myself and my team. And of course, bring my services to more clients. That's really my main focus. Next to also taking the occasional week off, right? Something I didn't dare saying a couple of months ago, but that's my goal for Q2 now. So at the end of Q2, I want to continuously have 20K profit at the very least. If I'm at 25K, that's cool, but somehow I want to have that sustainable level of income, and also have built like a couple of new lead gen funnels and diversified myself that way. And then I'm going to take it from there. So at the moment, I plan quarterly, and that's an improvement. But once I'm in summer, I might dare to plan by until the end of the year. But yeah, like I'm happy where I'm at. I have a great team. We all enjoy working together. So I want to keep things as they are and intentionally and carefully and sustainably grow them. The person that brought me onto BMI, that connected me and me, I think there's a freaking hunger and a desire to be independent in what you do, to actually put in the work and be rewarded for it. So there's a couple of ways to be self-employed, but most of them end with, fuck, I ground myself, like I was grinding myself to death for 2 years and afterwards I'm still broke, I need to be employed again. So BMI gives you the opportunity to actually put in the work, but also actually be rewarded for it. You need to have a certain understanding of like how digital systems work. You need to be comfortable in that space. You need to be comfortable in new environments, be in a position where there's only construction sites all around you, but one by one you fix them up. And this way you're going to grow very quickly. And for a lot of people, that's just not viable, right? A lot of people are not looking for that. There's a lot of smart people. A lot of people would be like, yeah, that would be good in self-employment. They're not that hungry at the moment. Like they're not looking for that growth really. A lot of people who just want to be employed, and that's fine, and focus on something else. But if you really want to move, then you might want to join BMI, because then it's the place where you can make things happen for sure.